So what's going on, guys? It's Captain America. Hope you guys are well, and thank you so much for coming onto this channel. So for this one, we're going to start off with no match stats because I was away, so it's just going to be where we are positioned and our current, let's say, stats for now. So for this video, we are in Division 2, but in real life, we are now back in Division 1. First time we are in Division 1, let's say in FIFA 23. As you guys know, for FIFA 22, we were ranked 10th globally on PC. Consistently in Division 1, and now we're looking at Pro League as well. So, you know, a great start from us in general. We've got around 77 wins now in Pro Clubs, as well as I think 15 losses. So, you know, it's been a great performance from us as we've been really trying out new, let's say, trialists within the club. You know, we're trying to, let's say, get as many new players as we can. You know, we were looking forward towards like crossplay to see if we could get more, let's say, input. In terms of like new trialists, but it's just unfortunate. But in general, you know, with the trialists that we have had play with us, they have done well. You know, just to give you a quick update in terms of the lineup for this game, you know, we had Teak and X up front, which are just our main, let's say, lineups, and same with myself as Cam. We had Yejor as LCM, and then we had Zorro as well as Wombat CM as well as CDM, and they've been trialing out for us in this FIFA. Same with Hattus at left back, and then we've got Thiago, the manager, as centre back with Manetti as centre back, and then right back for this one was Kaput. Again, we've had a lot of trialists, and it's good to see, you know, the progression that we are making. Now for this game, you know, Division 2, we did win this game 4-1. A great performance from the boys. I don't really have match stats to share, but what I could capture on my side was an 8.7 match rating, playing as a cam. I did score 1 goal as well as 1 assist. Man of the match for this one was Teak with 2 goals as well as 1 assist, and he had a 9.0 match rating, as well as X, who was also performing very well with a 9.0 match rating as well. But just to give you a quick, let's say, flow of how the match went before we move over to today's topic, which is around, you know, the Champions League results. As well as the fixtures for today, and as well as Liverpool as well. You know, they are my club, but just want to give a little insight on how disappointing the season is going. But we'll go into that more details later on in this video. But generally, just how this game went. You know, the first goal was a pass from Zorro into me. It was a cut-in pass. And then I just cut through from the defender, and then I shot towards like the near post, which was a great goal for myself. Second goal, it was an awful goal kick from the opposition, which was then retrieved back, pressured from the team. We done some very good pressing in this game, boys, so just do check it out. And yeah, for this one we did press, and then Teak, not being greedy, he did pass it to X, and then X scoring the goal. And then the third goal, it was a great lob ball from X over to Teak, and then Teak scoring the goal. And then the fourth goal, it was a great run from Teak, and then him cutting in, but then unfortunately losing the ball. But then again, the pressing from, you know, each individual player was great in this match, and he pressed and got the ball back. Passed it over to myself, I then cut it into him, and then he finessing it into the far corner. So a great performance from the team in general. You know, now we're back in Division 1 on a really good form, by the way, guys. So, you know, really looking forward to when we do start the Pro League side of things, and this is something that we really want to showcase our talent. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the adventure and the journey as well. And those that are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. You know, we do have a fantastic team as mentioned, and this is something that we're going to just keep growing within. So thank you for all your support, guys. And yes, I'm just moving swiftly, let's say, across to today's topic, which is, as mentioned, around the Champions League, plus also Liverpool as well. So just to quickly start off with Liverpool before we go into the fixtures as well as the results and my predictions as well, and do let me know your predictions down in the comments as well. But in my opinion, you know, Liverpool, they're not playing very well, we do know that, but there's a lot of fault within a lot of areas, and the key area that we're seeing is defense. You know, Liverpool as a team, they are conceding the first goal right away more consistently than they did. I think this was last season, as well as from, I think, before April. So they've been on a horrible run, just based on a lot of things. I think it's fatigue as well. They played insane amounts of games last season. You know, as we know, they played every single match possible last season, so that does showcase, you know, how much that they you know, put a strain on themselves, both mentally and physically. But, you know, it's a new season. It's just unfortunate that we also got the World Cup as well, so there's a lot of game time being played there, plus a lot of fixtures being congested. And now Liverpool, of course, now have many injuries, and it's a very similar situation that we had a couple of seasons ago, where Liverpool were fighting for fourth position, and they luckily got fourth. So, you know, this one is going to be very tough now because you got Arsenal that are doing very well. Same with Tottenham. Chelsea's picking it up now with Graham Potter. Same with United. Liverpool just seem to be, you know, falling behind, and it's funny because like Bournemouth, a team that they thrashed, literally that they thrashed, are 2 points ahead of them. Yeah, Liverpool have a game in hand, but whatnot, but Bournemouth even sacked their manager, and they've been on a good form of their life, man. But Liverpool, I just don't understand what it is. They need to change the formation. I think that formation that they have 4-3-3 that they've always gone for within like the three close midfielders, and then the three forwards, you know, being on the wing, and then the central striker. I think, you know, we did see in the previous matches them adopting more like a 4-2-3-1 with Jota being like as that cam position. But again, now with the injuries that they've got, it's going to be interesting to see how they maybe generally move into maybe a different formation. But again, I think the high line in defense is a factor that's, you know, that needs changing. They just need to look into what they could do to improve on that, because the high line is good, don't get me wrong, but it's just, we've seen it many times, teams just lob the ball over. If we were playing against PSG, my man Mbappe would just be legging it, sprinting 100 meters and just scoring every single goal that he'll have the opportunity for. But, you know, Liverpool really need to look out areas that they need to improve defensively. As mentioned, it's just unfortunate that they now have so many injuries. Now that, you know, they're going to be playing Man City after Rangers. You know, the Premier League game against Man City is going to be absolutely awful for Liverpool, man, because Haaland was rested, man. The Demon was rested against Copenhagen. And yes, they did, you know, draw the game 0-0, but again, a clean sheet from Man City side. They had a red card, they missed a penalty as well, so they could have won the game, don't get me wrong. But, you know, Haaland was being rested because against the team Southampton, you know, he did showcase a sign of fatigue, but Liverpool don't have that privilege in terms of their squad depth in the bench. And you can see that in the bench. It's just so awful compared to any of the top four clubs at the moment. Even Arsenal have a good bench compared to Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool do have like Elliott as well as Carvalho, which is fantastic for the youth side of things. But again, they've been okay. I think Carvalho was unfortunate to be injured. Elliott was having some good runs as well. But now I don't know if we're going to be relying on Ox, or I don't know who the hell we're going to be relying on, man. But it's not looking good for Liverpool, and I don't think it's going to be recovering anytime soon. Klopp should have made more signings in the summer. He should have, and this is something that we were saying for a long time. He rarely does these type of things, but it looks as if it's the curse of, I think it's the 7th or the 8th season or how long he's ever been at Liverpool. It's been consistent with like his other previous clubs as well, but I hope that he could prove us wrong, and this is something that I do trust Klopp in, and this is something that, you know, he's done so well for us in the club in general. So, you know, it's always going to be happening in terms of it being like a stage where we're going to stagnate as such. But he does need to make more youthful signings, because we are, you know, in general, as a contrast compared to other clubs in the Premier League, we have an aged squad. And there was a comparison against Arsenal team, and, you know, they've got a very youthful signing. And I've been highlighting it all over my FIFA 22 videos previously, as you guys know. You know, Arsenal have a fantastic philosophy that Arteta has, you know, moulded within the side. He's gone for the youth policy, and that's just done wonders for him, because now he could get another 2-3 years out of those individuals, and they're going to get the chemistry up as well. You know, they're going to be consistent in the first team of those that are doing well. And then after that, yes, look at, you know, signings accordingly to then replace these key individuals. But again, youthful signings that you can sign now and then hopefully mould into those positions. And that is the philosophy that Liverpool haven't done very well over the summer. You know, they have, you know, bought Ramsey for the likes, you know, for right back, but poor man was injured. And then same with Elliott as well as Carvalho did have a lot of game time, but he just keeps giving trust to Milner for some reason, unfortunately, as a first-team player sometimes. And he just needs to stop that, man. He just needs to come up with, like, what is actually happening within the squad. Even Fabinho's form is poor. Same with, like, Van Dijk. He needs to be more aggressive, man. Alisson has fallen in terms of his dip recently, but who can blame him, man, when the whole team isn't performing? It's not really ideal. And against, you know, Rangers is going to be, like, a good game just to understand who's playing and what the score's going to be, because Rangers at home are quite, you know, they are quite a good team. But I do see it being a win for Liverpool against Rangers today. But against Man City, I think Liverpool's going to get absolutely battered, man. That's my honest opinion, especially at this rate and the amount of injuries that they have. And the front forward's not really firing. I think it's going to be a 4-1 win to Man City against Liverpool. I think Liverpool's home record for Van Dijk not losing at home is going to be coming to an end, man, because they've just been awful. And you can just see that it's going to be happening. Man City have been on another level. They've had some fantastic results. You know, Haaland being on the form of his life, and in general, Man City performing very well in all areas of the pitch. You know, Edison being a bit so-so. I think the goalkeeper element side of things, I think that's an area that they should be looking at improving just for like the near future. But you know, Akanji, fantastic partnership he's going to be having with like Diaz. I think that's going to be a very strong one for them. But again, a strong result for them I do see against Liverpool. But you know, we also in terms of like the fixtures that we have for Champions League today, you know, we've got a very good variety of games happening. We've got like Barcelona versus Inter as well. The result was Inter Milan winning previously against Barca, and that was at home, you know, in the San Siro. And now Barcelona's going to be at wherever they're from, man. I can't remember. The Camp Nou. Bloody hell, I can't remember. The Camp Nou. I think it's going to be a 2-0 win for Barca. I think they were unlucky against Inter previously, but I think Barca will take this win. And it's a very good table, man, that little group of death that they're having down there. And it's going to be interesting to see who makes it through. It's always a question if Inter Milan will make it through, and it's always the likes of Barca and Bayern progressing, but let's see what happens within this game. And then, of course, within the Liverpool and the Rangers group, you've also got Napoli versus Ajax. You know, it was a great little battle against Ajax versus Napoli previously, Ajax playing at home. Ajax led the game 1-0, but then Napoli absolutely thrashed them, man. I think it ended up 6-1 or something like that. 4 goals being scored in the first half, 4-1 from Napoli side of things. But again, they've shown that they are a team not to be messed around with, man. They're like the underdogs of this season's Champions League. But not even in the Champions League. You know, in the Serie A, they've been performing very, very well as well, Napoli. They've got a very good chemistry in terms of youth up front as well, with like Raspadori. They've got Zielinski, a key midfielder that's been at Napoli for like a while now. But in general, a very, very good team to look out for. And I think Napoli, if they do, you know, play well, and I do see them winning against Ajax 4-0, especially if they're going to be at home, that, you know, they're going to be at the top of the table, man. I think Liverpool's going to be finding it hard to get a result out of them at home whenever the time's going to be. I think it's going to be incredibly hard. But yeah, touche to Napoli. And then, of course, you got Tottenham versus Frankfurt. For me, in my opinion, I think with Tottenham playing at home, it's going to be a 2-1 win for Tottenham. You know, Kane's been on a fantastic form in the Premier League, by the way. You know, it's just been undermined by the whole Haaland saga. If Haaland wasn't signed by Man City and, you know, Kane continued his form, I think Kane would have been on the news side of things much more frequent than what you're seeing with, you know, Haaland. Haaland, you know, rightfully has been dominating completely in the Premier League. And it's funny because they were saying like, oh, is the Premier League now a farmers league? So, no, I don't think it's a farmers league. I think this man is just a robot, man. Like, they were literally saying this guy is literally a robot. And and I mentioned it in my previous video as well, you know, Haaland versus Mbappe is always going to be now the next, let's say, battle of the two greats. We saw Ronaldo versus Messi for a while. I don't think some of the records will ever be smashed for a very long time. That's my honest opinion, because they were saying, like, you know, if Haaland was to score, I think it was like 48, 50 goals every single season now until he retires, I think around like 36, 37 years old, he still would not have it beaten, let's say, Ronaldo's, I think, goals record or something like that. So that just shows the feat that these two had, like Ronaldo and Messi, for a very, very long time. And, you know, Haaland has been scoring well, and Mbappe now, you know, he's got like a prime team. That's like an ultimate team that Mbappe has. He's got Messi as well as Neymar. And then him playing up front is just the pinnacle of what FIFA, you know, seasons is like. Everyone is PSG because they know how deadly these three are up front. But my man, Mr. President, who got ownership rights, let's say, Mr. President rights, as well as being able to control the transfers and whatnot, now says that, you know, he wants to leave in January, which is just absolute banter, man. Like, that just takes the pinnacle of all the pinnacles. I don't know why man wants to leave, but I do see him now moving across to Real Madrid if they do purchase him. But yeah, like, don't give that ownership of Mr. President to like a player like Mbappe. He just got it over his head, man. And like, he, in my opinion, Haaland's much better than Mbappe. I think Mbappe has like an attitude problem. He's a great player, don't get me wrong, but again, a very greedy player. Mbappe has, you know, had opportunities where he could have passed many times to like the likes of his team players, but you know, he's not great in my opinion compared to Haaland. But let me know your thoughts as well, guys. Haaland versus Mbappe, who do you think is a better player? And yeah, in general, who's a better player. And as mentioned, you know, please do like and subscribe as always. We are now coming to the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much as always. And I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video. I just want to be as consistent as I can, but I'm moving out of this current house, so I'm just busy doing a lot of other stuff. But I am uploading my shorts, yeah, not my trousers, but YouTube shorts, so do check them out. And yeah, catch you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.